Hello and welcome back to World Tour on Football Manager 2021. Since the last episode, we have played our first two games in charge of Shamrock Rovers. We lost 2-1 to Waterford, who are currently top of the table, and then beat St Pat's Athletic by 2-0. In today's episode, we go back to our former club, Sligo Rovers, and we face Galway United in the second of today's matches. Now, we have already made a signing at Shamrock Rovers. We've brought in David Ferguson on a free transfer from Coleraine. He is a left back but can play comfortably at centre back as well. 3.5 star rated left back. Basically brought in because our current left back is on loan. So David Ferguson is going to be our actual left back that we own. But I imagine Cartman, who is our current left back, is probably going to continue to play there for the time being. So we'll head into today's game. We'll head into the team selection and we can run through the players. And I'll show you their profiles as well because we haven't done that yet. So we are sticking with the formation, the possession pressing 4-3-3 with a defensive midfield formation for the time being. In goal, we have O'Shane Williams, who's a Jamaican international 23-year-old goalkeeper, 3-star rated, very good handling of 16, lots of green attributes here. Decent goalkeeper and will be our first choice for this season. Then at right back, we have Zach Swanson, who is 27 years old, 3-star rated, pretty decent once again. I am looking to try and get an improvement on him. He's apparently formerly an Arsenal player, playing 10 times for them. But yeah, gonna try and get a player that's a bit better than him, but he's okay for the time being. Then the first of our two centre-backs is Baba Fernandez from Bissau Guinea. He's played quite a few times for his national team. Very good, 3-star rated again. Going to try and get an improvement on centre-backs, but his heading, marking and tackling are all pretty great. 16 heading and 13 marking and tackling alongside 14 strength. He's a pretty big beast at the back for us in defence. And then we have Liam Scales playing alongside him at the other centre-back position. He is a 3-star rated player. Also not as good with his heading, but marking and tackling are pretty similar, and strength as well to Baba Fernandez. And then we have Ben Cartman on loan from Leeds United. He'll be playing left back today. A very good player, 4-star rated. A few standout attributes are probably his tackling. His marking's pretty good as well. Nice first touch. And just his overall rating is pretty decent. In defensive midfield, we have Jerry Davis, who is a 4-star defensive midfielder. His tackling of 13 is a particular standout attribute, and his passing, stamina and strength are all very good as well. He's only 19 years old too, so plenty of room for growth. He's already one of the best players in the side, so a promising player. Then for the first of our two centre midfielders, we have Alex Hunt, former Sheffield Wednesday player. He's a 4-star rated centre midfielder and will be playing alongside Philip Clark, who is also a 4-star centre midfielder, formerly of Bray Wanderers, only 21 years old, plenty of time and room for growth, already one of our best players. So another promising star for the future. At right wing, we are playing Aaron Rowe, who's formerly of Huddersfield, as well as a few other English teams. A 3-star rated winger. This is another position that I'm going to try and get a player in when I can to just push for a bit more improvement in the side. Then at left wing, we have Neil Farrugia, formerly of UCD, a 3.5-star rated left winger. Very good player indeed. Particularly good dribbling, first touch, passing and technique, as well as being quite pacey, which is useful on the left wing. And then finally, up front, we have a man who scored for us plenty of times against Sligo Rovers when we were Sligo Rovers manager, Graham Byerley, who is a 3.5-star rated striker, and he's pretty good. Formerly of Woking, surprisingly, but he's 23 years old. Not much room for growth, but 3.5-star rated, one of our best players. And he's got a cap for Ireland as well, which is nice for him. But yes, he's going to be our starting striker this season. So now we've run through all that, there's only one thing left to do, and that's to start the game. So can we get a victory back at our former club? We do have a few under-19s on the bench, so they are gonna they're gonna have to need numbers. That's just because we played a friendly midweek, and a lot of our backup players aren't fully ready to be on the bench in terms of their conditioning. So looking at the lineup that they've put out for Sligo, they have so many. Well, obviously they have all of the players that I'm used to. It makes me a bit sad, but I think they're playing the same formation as I used to as well. Definitely looks that way. So we are going to pump fists and say we're favourites for a reason. Go out there and make sure they're left in no doubt as to why. It'll be very embarrassing if I lose. So we are playing in our away kit of purple today. Sligo Rovers, of course, playing in red as we have the first chance of the game. Hunt with the ball in the box. Baba Fernandez with a header just over the bar. That would have been a perfect start for us, but it wasn't to be. Incidentally, victory today can take us to within 2 points, I think, of Waterford at the top of the table. This is our game in hand unless they're playing. Oh, they are playing, so this isn't our game in hand. So we'll see how they do. But we were 5 points behind Waterford at the start of today's games, as Zito, who is of course going to be joining us in June, July time, he gave the ball away there. Byerly is through on goal now. Byerly shoots, and Graham Byerly has taken the lead for Shamrock Rovers at the showgrounds. We are showing Sligo why I left. Zito with a terrible ball. Scales intercepting nicely. Then Clark with a beautiful through ball. Byerly timing his run just right and places a ball to the goalkeeper's right-hand side into the back of the net. 1-0 Shamrock. Throw in. Deep in Sligo's half. Swanson to take. Gives it to Hunt. Hunt dispossessed by Esposito though. Ball forward from him. Intercepted easily by Fernandez. Now Hunt has the ball again. Through ball to Byerly. Can he get it second? It's Byerly. You bet he can. Graham Byerly showing just what we knew already, that he loves to score against Sligo Rovers. Thankfully, he's now our player, so we don't have to worry about him scoring against us. But 2 goals for him so far today at the showgrounds, and we are looking very comfortable indeed in this game. Excellent first touch to take the ball out of his feet and then just smashes it past the goalkeeper. No chance for Stefan Thorstjonsson in the Sligo goal. Corner kick now, Hunt to take it. Clark is in the box. Clark's there, and Philip Clark with a wonderful header. First goal of the season for him. The 2 centre midfielders linking beautifully on that corner kick routine. Hunt just put it into the danger area very high, and then Clark met it perfectly with his head off the underside of the bar and into the back of the net, and it's 3-0. So half time, and we are running away with it. We've only allowed Sligo 1 shot today, and things are going brilliantly. The few players looking complacent, which isn't what we want to see. So we're going to outstretch arms and say, I'm very happy with the way things are going. Keep it up. It seems to have inspired and motivated them. I don't think there's any changes to make at half time. We'll just keep everything as it is, and hopefully we can go out and do the same in the second half. Incidentally, I did look at it, whether it would be a possibility to bring in any Sligo players to improve the Shamrock squad, but none of them were good enough. As we have another opportunity here, I think Scales it was with a header just wide. A lot of the players were just 2 stars was the highest rating, and that might have been someone like Alberkis, but the rest of them were just not suitable for Shamrock, unfortunately. So 78 minutes gone, and the entire bench is looking pretty complacent. So I was going to make a change, but now I'm sort of, I think I'm just going to leave it. Corner for Sligo. Can they get a consolation goal? It's Cullinan at the back post. Oliver is there, and there's a bit of a scramble, but it has been given a free kick, I think, for offside. I think Cullinan was just offside at the back post there as we reach full time, and it is a 3-0 victory at our former home. Excellent stuff. It's sort of encouraged me that we may have made the right decision to leave Sligo. So we're going to say well done, lads. That was a good win for us. So that result leaves us second in the table, just 3 points behind Waterford with a game in hand. They are, of course, dropping points today against the side that we're playing in our next match, who are currently rock bottom of the table, Galway United. So we have a better goal difference than Waterford, so we could end up today's episode on top of the table. Here we are, it is game day. St Pat's Athletic have played, I think they played yesterday in game, and they've gone above us in the league table. But victory today away to Galway United will send us to the top of the table for the first time. So before we head into the game against Galway United, we are sticking with exactly the same lineup that won us the game against Sligo. Hopefully they can do the job for us. We do have a few options on the bench. Graham Rawlins, who is not fully fit yet, but he played quite well in a friendly game that we had a little while ago. So it's definitely a player that can come in and make a difference if necessary. Few other options on the bench, but not really anyone to write home about. So hopefully this team can do the job and send us to the top of the table. Just looking at the opposition's team, Ricardo Dinanga is a player that has troubled us in the past for Galway United. Elsewhere in their team, they seem to have the vet from Emmerdale. Paddy Kirk plays for them. Hopefully he's not going to put us down today. That's an awful joke. We'll move on. And we will say, without stretch arms, go out there and carry straight on from where you finished last match. So back to our green and white hoops today as we are playing against Galway United, who play in maroon. Throw in deep in Galway's half. Swanson takes it. Rowe knocks it down. Clark is there and it's over the bar from Philip Clark. Great chance for us to get a winner, not a winner, but a first goal of the game there. Looks like we're going to have a free kick here. So we're fouled on the edge of the box just about. And Hunt is going to step up to take it. Hunt tries to bend that one into the corner of the goal, but it just didn't have enough swing on it. So we get to half time. It's still 0-0. We have had arguably the better of the game, only allowing Galway one shot, but we're not yet taking our chances, which is of a little bit of a concern for me. So I'm going to say keep going out there and you can still win this one. Let's have a look at the tactics screen, see if there's anyone that needs to come off or anything we can do to change things. So Byerly's not having the best of times on a 6.4. Rowe is looking pretty tired at right wing. We do have players that can come on to replace both of those. Now Byerly seems to be able to get a goal from out of nowhere, so I'm going to keep him on for a little bit longer, but we are going to take Aaron Rowe off and we will bring Roy Behan off, who, as you can see, is not as good in terms of his rating, but we'll give him a shot. I think this will be the first time we've played him in a competitive game, so we'll see how he does. And we have a throw in on the left-hand side. Cartman takes it to Clark, back to Cartman. Cuts inside, plays it to the centre midfielder Clark. Now Davis, the defensive midfielder, finds Hunt. Nice short passing, and then Hunt fires it from distance. Alex Hunt with an absolute thundercracker into the back of the net from absolutely nothing. Brilliant finish from the centre midfielder. It was left back Cartman, played it to Clark, back to the defensive midfielder of Davis, lays it off to the centre midfielder Hunt, and he just takes a couple of touches and smashes that in to the top right-hand corner of the goal, and it is now 1-0 to Shamrock Rovers. And if you look to the right-hand side of the screen, or if you did look, you would see that we were top of the table as Cartman has the ball on the left-hand side. Once again, tries to get a ball in, it's deflected and falls to McKenna. Now Galway with a chance to get on the counter-attack, which is how they like to play, but it's a great tackle from Scales, and we win possession back. Cartman to the centre midfielder Clark, gives it back to Cartman, ball over the top, looks for Farage, plays it across to Byerly, and there it is. There's the goal for Graham Byerly, 8th goal of the season. That's the reason I kept him on the field, because I know that even when he's having a bad game, he can still just find the back of the net from out of nowhere. Brilliantly played, lovely ball over the top from Cartman, the Leeds United player. Farage looked like he'd lost control of the ball there. Despite the fact there was 3 defenders around him, he actually kept control of it, played it across the box, and Byerly with the easiest of finishes to make it 2-0 to Shamrock. And we've got another chance now. Hunt with the free kick into the box. Byerly's there again, and he's scored a second. Graham Byerly with a beautiful header this time makes it 3-0 to Shamrock. Byerly, his goals are like London buses. You wait ages for one to come along and then 2 come along in the space of a few minutes in the second half. Chance for Galway though. McGee with a free kick towards back post. It was Honohan with the header, but it's over the top of the goal, and O'Shane Williams' clean sheet is still intact for the time being. So 85 minutes gone. I've left it a bit late, but I have noticed there's a couple of players that are looking a bit tired out there. So Philip Clark, he is going to make way for Gavin Kilkenny in centre midfield, and then Farage I would like to take off, but we don't have a left winger. We do have a left wing back, so Stephen Lavery is going to come on out of position as the left winger today. It doesn't really matter where he's playing, but we'll stick him on winger on support and confirm the changes there. It's mainly just to give Farage a bit of a rest, as this game is pretty much over, barring some sort of collapse, as Galway United have the ball. Lyons with it on the right-hand side. Plays it across to McGee. Through to Walsh. It's Walsh. It's a great save from Williams in goal. Dinanga to Walsh again. Blocks by the defenders and managed to keep the clean sheet. But there could be another opportunity here. Williams takes the goal kick short. Finds Fernandez. Long ball over the top. Cleared by Bruder. And the Galway player was definitely offside there if he tried to win the ball. Swanson with the ball forward. Byerly wins it in the air, but heads it back to Galway. Scales interception that falls back to a Galway player again. Blocked by the defender. Dinanga with a shot. And that is well wide from him, who's had a pretty terrible game today. He was on a 5.8 rating before. Back up to 6.1 now. But it doesn't matter because the full-time whistle has gone. And we have won 3-0 once again. We did win 3-0 against Sligo, didn't we? I think we did. Yes, that's a second 3-0 victory in a row. Very pleased with the result and the performance. and this is more like it. When we lost to Waterford, I was worrying a bit about what I'd gotten myself into, but now I'm pretty pleased. And that result does send us to the top of the table, level on points with second place Waterford, but ahead on goal differences. We have the 4 goals better goal difference. Galway United still stuck on the bottom of the table. Former club Sligo Rovers sitting in 7th, which would be an improvement on any of the positions that I got into in my time in charge. So looking ahead to the next episode, I think we're going to play the games against 3rd place St Pat's Athletic and 2nd place Waterford. 2 very tough games, probably our 2 rivals for the season for the league title, which means offline we will be playing the quarterfinal of the Leinster Senior Cup against Dundalk, the league games against Longford Town, Bohemian and Derry City, as well as the EA Sports Cup first round tie against UCD. But that is it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to get all more content when it comes out, hit the notification bell to stay notified, and I'll see you next time.